We are one. At the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in LA. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Now here's Conley. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus. And Doris, as Gobert has added strength, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot blocker. But over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Mike Conley is an active, alert defender, and boy, he is known to pick a pocket or two.
Back to Jackson. Here is Zubac. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Mitchell in the corner. From deep. Here's Gobert. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he's surprised himself with the miss.
And Morris throws it down.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Back to Gobert. Down low. Morris with the rebound.
Well, it's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
That evens the score.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. It's showing how dominant he truly is.
Here's Conley. George making his last shot. Stolen by George. And pushing it out. Here's Los Angeles. And the layup falls.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Outside Bogdanovich. It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. It's Gobert with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 2. Back to O'Neal. Jazz passing it around. Conley's shot is off. Here's Los Angeles now. Pass to Zubac. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. The Jazz making a switch here. We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter. High post, Zubac. 4 on the shot clock. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Clarkson on the wing. Pass to Favors. Ingles in the corner. They could use a bucket. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
So you've got to chase Joe Ingles off that three-point line because he is lethal.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense, and for a good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. We identify him with the offensive end of the floor because he's carried a burden for the Utah Jazz early in his career. But think about it. He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent instincts. This guy has the potential to be one of the most impactful two-way players in today's NBA.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
See, now, Mitchell is a quick-footed guard, and he's going to get defenders in compromising situations.
I mean, simply an incredible postseason performance from Donovan Mitchell. The team went out in the first round, but he put the scoring load on his back. One of the best displays of offense I've ever seen in the postseason.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Utah leading. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Ingles. With the floater. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
At the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Jazz lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
Pass to Clarkson. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. And so he hits the technical free throw.
A guy who can be a little inconsistent game to game. Clarkson can be extremely consistent year to year.
Right. Consider him as a rookie. Many of the numbers then are similar to what they are now. But the one thing that has improved is the consistency of the three-point shooting. He's worked so hard on it, and that's where the consistency has started to take root.
Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Now in play for the Jazz.
The Clippers trail. Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. He had stolen by Ingles. Clarkson on the wing. There's the triple. Cousins pulls it in. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Clarkson on the wing. And Utah turns it over again. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Outside Rondo. George. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. George has got 8. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. You know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Cousins. 6 to shoot. Looking for Conley. He gets it there.
Moving the ball is certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
Back to Clarkson. Right side, Conley. From 12 feet out. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. One on George.
Well, one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control, and he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Outside, George. And Morris throws it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Conley. Cousins pulls it in. The Clippers in the lead. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Morris with the bucket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, spectacular athleticism from the 7-foot center Gobert. Wow.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Conley surveying the D. Castro O'Neal. shoots over Cousins. Here's Clarkson. Tries again. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to O'Neal. It's stolen by Morris. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers ahead of 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And the Clippers call time here. Inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season. I was championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No.
And, well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
We know this about Donovan Mitchell. This guy shows no fear, even inside. Draws the foul there.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
Clippers leading by 5. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike Conley is a 3-time Sportsmanship Award winner. He's also won the Teammate Award. And he's never been assessed a technical foul at any level of basketball. Now, some ask if going easy on the refs costs him calls down the road. The coach, Quinn Snyder, said, it's hard to imagine that handling yourself with poise and respect can ever be a negative. Guys?
Well said. Thanks, David.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Pass to Mitchell. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mitchell with it. He has 7. It's stolen by Morris. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Pass to Ingles. Favors with the ball. He's covered by Leonard. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. And last season, at least at first, it was a challenge for Ingles to mesh with Mike Conley.
Yeah, I mean, Conley came in to run the offense, which kind of took the ball out of Ingles' hands a little bit. Then Conley goes out with the hamstring, and that allowed Ingles to get back into rhythm, and he's been able to handle that load many times for this group.
To the paint. Pass to Ingles. Stolen by George. Gobert with the block.
And the remarkable reach of the stifle power. Gobert twice on the pipes.
Mitchell outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on George.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
This is his third trip to the free throw line. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
It is still amazing to me that in 2017, Donovan Mitchell wasn't even a top 10 pick. If you had a redraft, he'd likely go top 2. Absolutely incredible.
At the top of the key, Cousins. Back to Beverly. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Beverly. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Pass to Ingles. Here's Gobert. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Oh boy, the added strength of Rudy Gobert over the years helps him complete the and one. You get this guy loves to score the...
He had stolen by Ingles. And now Utah pass break. Ingles with the ball. Out to Favors. Mitchell wide open. That three off the mark.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Jazz trailed by 8. On the wing, Ingles. Gobert in the corner. Mitchell outside. Pass to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Very difficult to match up with Favors. I love how under control, under duress he was right there.
George double team. Now Beverly. To the inside. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Bucket is good. Morris has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Mitchell outside. Out to Favors. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. The Clippers have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with. And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career, because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
Here's Mitchell. It's stolen by Morris. And here's George for 3. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a... Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Jazz trailed by 9. And here's Clarkson. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Back to Clarkson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Here's Cousins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Outside Conley. Fires the three. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
See, I don't think you could teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
And both free throws good for Paul George. You know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Conley with the three.
Boy, how about the hustle from Marcus Morris getting into the space of the shooter? That's nice.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to O'Neal. Rebound by the Clippers. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Now George. High post Cousins. Knocks it loose. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
And the Jazz call time here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball. Play within the offense and get good open shots. Kevin?
Now, here's Leonard. Back to George. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Conley. Here's Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich has got great size for a guard, which makes defending him very difficult, particularly at that high release point.
He's off on the first.
And entering the league as a complimentary scorer, Bogdanovich put up 20 points a game last year. That was a career high in the 4th straight year that he improved his scoring average.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. In just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Up top, Cousins. To the middle. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. In another area where Bogdanovich is helping the offense, Greg is doing a better job of creating for others.
He still has that shoot-first mentality, but now if he doesn't have a clean look, he's much more willing to make the extra pass, and that makes him just that much more valuable to this team.
Pass to O'Neal. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Up top, Cousins. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Bogdanovich. That shot missing. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Clippers.
Auto only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And we watched one guy. That's a great dunk.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Floats it up for Cousins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Beverly. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And here they come. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. So the Clippers winning this one easily.